pretty sure I've never actually run Crucible 17 ever since I've unlocked it, so let's just run it, because if I run it, that means I don't have to deal with Crucible 18, as well as 19 and 20, right? But 18 is the bigger one that I'm trying to avoid, because Crucible 18, it's pretty rude. It increases how much gold you're spending in a run by a pretty noticeable amount, which just decreases what you can play for, which is definitely something that they should be decreasing, but it's still a bit unfun. I just want to play my run, use my things, get as many things as possible, and have an extremely cool combo. Unfortunately, it's harder to do that with Crucible 18, which, you know, is, as I said, it's definitely what a Crucible level is meant to be doing. That doesn't mean I have to enjoy it. Damn. Yeah, Refill Bus is pretty damn good, eh? Awesome. So it's 40 gold you can get on the first map. And honestly, getting 36, pretty solid. Getting 37, also pretty solid. You're literally on one. Oh, 38? Insane. Okay. Is this gonna happen? Is this what you're going to do to me? Alright then, I see how it is. Well, you better not stop there. Please, for the love of all that is holy, do not stop there. I wanted this upgraded, so I didn't actually take the question mark, but maybe I should have. There are a lot of question mark thingies that I'm on the lookout for now that I'm trying to play a Pebball build, which I'm still very uncertain on whether or not this is a good idea. I have a sneaking suspicion that it is indeed not a good idea. One of the main reasons why I was happy to do it though, I looked at the map, and if I take this Orbelisks and start grading my pebbles, I'm just fine with that. I can just not go to a store, instead I can do more elites, which is always a good bit of fun. Okay, those were some insane relics. Very good stuff. Wait, that was a question mark chest? Oh, beautiful. Oh my. Well, now I kind of want to go to the store, because the chance I get an enhanced or a short fuse is so good. Sorry. The chance I get an enhanced or a short fuse might not be the highest, but if I do, that's insane. A good first shot. That refresh is really rough. No mistake about that. Oh, so close. So close. Well, go over there. Yep, very unfortunate. Truly. That does mean, however, I'm going to have to try and heal up from my minute tool hits. This could actually hit the refresh. I did set it up so that it could hit the refresh, and precisely what it did. Honestly, the Orbelisks kill was amazing. Basically just old stuff with the sling, which pretty solid, and now it's even more. Oh my. Well, well, well. I think I'll take Bombulate. The immediate explosive power on some maps is really, really handy. Whereas I think Powder Collector, probably the better choice, maybe. Both are good. I was just a bit... I'm playing Peglin. I think it was definitely the wrong choice for Peglin. I don't like that shot. This shot feels like it doesn't work. Let's just try this. I didn't think it worked. I don't really need to heal though. Yeah, nice. I just really wanted to go to a question mark, try and get the value from the question mark, because especially for a Pebble build, there are just so many question marks that are insane for you. Okay, wow. Our deck, the tempo we have, very, very impressive. Very impressive indeed. This is definitely not a normal level of tempo, and I am totally fine with that. Unfortunately, that was the last question mark we're ever going to get in Area 1, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. Boom, 150 damage. Let's shoot this shot. 150 more damage. Oh, what the? I have never seen that before. And I am not complaining, that was awesome. Well, I am complaining I've never seen that before, because that was awesome. Wow. Cool. Now let us take care of you, shall we? If you would like to hit that bomb, I would not complain. And then a Pebble should easily take care of 27 health on this guy. We basically didn't take a scratch in a plants fight, nonetheless. Awesome stuff. Get you maxed, Essential Oil, Intentional Oboe. Both are really good. We're going to take an Oboe. Now let's just try and grab a tiny bit of value off the Super Boots. Good stuff. Yeah, this setup we got, pretty damn nice. I'm liking the look of it quite a bit. Now, we do not have any extra benefits for all of our Pebble nonsense. That is definitely something I'm on the lookout for, because it's very hard to pull off Pebble nonsense if you're not actually able to find that extra stuff. But if I can find that extra stuff, yeah, we have a pretty amazing build on our hands. Pretty amazing indeed. Let's just get that sphere out of here just so I can guarantee the kill. Perfect. Obviously, if I hit a bomb, it will get the kill, but the BIM is not guaranteed. I should discard this Obelisk, it is the correct play. Despite that, you still get that much movement, it's crazy. Oh, luckily that's what the refresh is here for. Excellent amount of gold as well. I just want to shoot the Horrible because it's bigger, gets me more gold, and apparently also hits a lot more bombs. Awesome, I did kind of leave this stuff over here active, so yeah, perfect. Basically going to be at full health entering Mole. Mole's not boosted actually. I thought he was boosted, so I was slightly more scared because Mole at Crucible 20, it's actually a pretty big deal. But luckily I don't have to deal with that. Instead I just have to deal with getting no bombs on my first shot and messing up the guaranteed bomb tap. Perfect. Slightly less perfect because I did want to layer this fight out a bit more. Honestly, it's 5 health from Super Boots. I'm totally fine not to leave this left-hand side open. I just want to keep slamming down the Pebball upgrades just because if I get a dupe on my entire deck, or a conversion, I guess I can't really get a mass conversion event this time, can I? But if I did, then having the Pebbles upgraded certainly is handy. Alright, no enhanced yet. Once I can get enhanced, I'll be in a very interesting position. But until that point, we're just going to be smashing them with large obelisks, I guess. That certainly does seem to be working out well, doesn't it? 5-5, so hitting the crit does nothing for me. That's the power of Betsy's Edge. Just crit, never heard of it. And that's just fine. Sure, let's try that again, shall we? But this time, hit the refresh. Let's just claim this hit. It was always going to hit after all. Very good damage. The fact that I'm going to exit this mole fight on full health, pretty nice. Pretty nice and... oh, I hit the bomb. I was actually trying not to hit the bomb. I actually hit a Bulldog in a Pebball comp. That is really handy. Constricting Chains, Sapper Sack, Safety Pegulations. Look. If I was trying to do a Pebball comp, honestly, with the passive I've got here, Constricting Chains, very solid passive. I'm trying to do a Pebball comp, and I can focus more on the Pebball side of things. Safety Pegulations, great. This is the correct pick. And it's probably not even that close. It's definitely just the correct pick, and yeah. Yeah, it's pretty simple, isn't it? With a Sapper Sack, one thing's for certain though, the Powder Collector instead of Bombulet, I believe was a misplay. Not too surprised by that. I more so would take Powder Collector like 9 times out of 10 there, so I was kind of just like, well, if that's the case, let's just switch it up, see if the other alternative is better. I don't think there's really been a match where I would have amazingly preferred the Bombulet, but it's certainly been nice in some fights. The Bombulet is by no means a bad passive, it's just Powder Collector that's very good. One store versus going right, and oh yeah, no, I kind of like the idea of just going right. Looks cool. I'm here for that. Plus I've got some upgrades I want doing. I do want to leave a Pebball at level 2. I think I have one at level 2 currently, so perfect. I really can't afford to take this hit here, because I have that hit dedicated to self-damage. Otherwise I do lose some health, but the thing is, losing some health is fine. I have Oboe, and nice. I have health regen, which, honestly, having both of those in a Balan run, crazy man, crazy. So just to double check, I do not have a Pebball level 2, so I'll quickly upgrade one to level 2. This is purely just for events. There is a specific event that would be great to get, where having a level 2 Pebball allows me to access that event. Okay, this is my second random extra chest, which, like, amazing, but, like, still shocking. Okay. Oh, sorry, no. Is that too late to reset that? I actually really want the elite there, because I can take on elites. I think that's too late. Off the sphere, off the Pebball, perfect. I'll take that. Yeah, no, unfortunate. I really wanted the rare relic there, and the elite. But it's fine. Unicorn Horn is decent. It's fine. The Sapper Sack especially, I think I can get more value from it. Man, really good stuff. I will just shoot this Pebball. Like, sure, the Orbelisk is the orb in my deck, which has amazing damage, but currently my Pebbles also just absolutely smash, so that's cool. Like, 9-12 versus a... you're not a 6-9, what are you? What? An 8-9. Yeah, like, that's just pretty solid. I'm barely losing any health, and Super Boots is healing me up nonetheless. That is insane. So good for me. I'll leave you there for now. Refresh also trigger a crit and Popping Corn. I'm just going to take a Popping Corn because I have chosen to deal a lot of self-damage to myself this run. So Having a popping corn just to make sure I'm absolutely safe. I was going to try fancy shot there, but I realized that there's a better shot to take, and it is this one. Does mean that the store is not really looking all that necessary, especially in terms of okay, this was great for us. I wanted to shoot the bottle there because it's big, which makes it really easy for me to hit that. Not sure which train of... I had two train of thoughts that I was trying to continue. Going to the store I think is still a good idea, even if we can only buy like one passive. We don't really need the remove, but I think we'll be able to buy two passives, which is great. And as I mentioned, just having popping corn just for the safeguard is still just definitely good enough. Nice. We're just not losing enough health per combat to the point where I'm just perfectly fine with the amount of healing that I'm getting from super boots. I have two additional healing sources, one of them which is absolutely amazing. This should just be a pretty clean fight. Not as clean as one would like, but still a very favoured fight for us. Having two Orbelisks in our deck would usually be pretty amazing. As you can see, however, one of the Orbelisks doesn't feel like showing its face this fight. That's fine. This means that we will take at least one reflect ping. I think, however, that we still just don't really care too much about it. That was not a misplay because I don't have ambidextrity, okay. Yeah, like, we take a small amount of health loss there, but which boss am I fighting, right? Like, do I really care? I do not, absolutely. Okay, no, I can die in this boss. It's something I have to be scared of. Take back, here's backpack. Here's backpack baseline gives my Orbelisks 1-2, that's pretty cool. But refreshes when I have Cookie, and in a Pebball comp, that's pretty valuable. Like, sure, if I magically somehow converted all of my Pebbles to Orbelisks, which at this stage is impossible, that would be awesome. But, as I mentioned, I cannot actually do that. Not anymore. I'm gonna take care of you. I know those guys are gonna move to me, but honestly, one Pebble should be able to deal with it. Although I could also just aim for one rigged bomb, which, frankly, looking pretty tempting. I actually don't want to do it though, just because that would mean ending out the fight immediately, and I really want to make sure I'm at my lovely 100 gold double buy passives. But more importantly, I want to buy an Orbelisks if it's in the store, but that's probably unlikely. Alright, again, let's just try and hold off. Oh, filibuster. Should be fine, right? Should be able to get to 100 gold. That really was not the best gold shot, but I don't know what it was, and for some reason it was taking me a while to think about what it could be. Oh my god, I actually got it. So, Training Tower, Suff this Sling. Wow, this is some really good stuff. Inflation's also really good here. I think I'm actually meant to not take Suff this Sling, which does feel kind of bad. Obviously, there's no way I'm not picking that up. I honestly, just 4 Suff this Slings in my deck sounds crazy. I forgot to fully mention Sappersack as well. Inflation's, I just want as many boosts as possible. Yeah, Inflation's probably technically better, but it's fine. Main reason why I took Sappersack is because what I just get to do, also this is just a very scary fight with Bombulette Sappersack, despite all of the amazing health regen that I have. Still, pretty scary, that's a lot of rigged bombs. Like if I had enhanced short fuse as well, I would lose a lot of health. I'd probably still be completely fine, but I'd still lose a lot of health. I might actually lose this, honestly. But part of the reason why Sappersack was so good, even for a Pebble build, is it can just wipe out all the enemies for me, and then I just use the Pebble's high damage just to wipe out any enemies that are left. And like that way I can take care of bosses and I can take care of hordes really easily. And that's just a good lineup to have. So I need to get these Orbelisks upgraded. Level 1 Obelisk, not that great. Level 2 Obelisk, very decent, but could be so much better. Nice. So it looks like I'm just not that good at hitting the rigged bombs, but the rigged bombs still do just so much damage that I don't need to try and deal damage with my Orbelisks. Which, personally, not complaining too hard. I can take it slow. Meteorite, Serenity Fate, Heavy Hand's fine. Fine. Maybe Unicorn Horn as well, so shouldn't be misnavigation passive. Sounds great. Perfect. Strike Crunching you. Oh, this is not going to work. Definitely also another fight where Powder Collect would be nice, but I must admit, just having the insurance for that last fight that... Sure, yes. That Bombula was just basically guaranteeing that that fight was a win was nice, because that was not actually a guaranteed fight. Really wanted to hit that refresh, the timing just didn't work out. Oh, this is my dent shot. Well, then. Oh, I was hoping that would hit the crit. Fine. Barely snuck in the kill there. Perfect. Let's grab the refresh here. And try and stay on the left-hand side of the map a bit. Just so that my next shot is a bit cleaner, but it's fine. I will take care of... Oh, actually no, I just need to slam as much damage into you right now. Oh, I forgot to mention it actually, I haven't complained about the fact that you can get this fight already. The fact that you can get this fight, first fight of area 1, still completely crazy. I know there hasn't been a patch, but it is an exceptionally hard fight, and I don't really think it should be a first fight. Significantly harder than a lot of the other first fights, that's for sure. But we will still pass through relatively unscathed. They just get a lot more bonks than I would like. And we're lucky that we got the kill on the first one. It was actually like mildly close to not getting it as well. Ugh. But we should be able to heal up. I'm fully expecting that. 96, perfect. Instant store with a second store. Look, I like the idea of going to the stores purely because obviously finding more Orbelisks would be amazing. Well, then Super Boots is amazing. But definitely a bit worried that just not going to get that much value from them. Should be good though. Talk about should be good. Beautiful. I'll be fine. I can withhold. Oh, I did not get to 96. That's fine though, I don't plan on buying 2 relics. It's just something that I'm very much considering. I don't get an Obelisk, especially. But I get an Obelisk in it. Oh my... Oh wow. It wasn't really that obvious, but I did actually start talking, or at least I was thinking about starting talking about it before that point. Yeah, that's another Obelisk, okay. Oh, hello. Wow, it's pretty solid relic. What was we fighting? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's a pretty solid relic. Especially for this boss fight. Wow, this is cool. Not only am I pulling off an absolutely amazing Pebball comp, it's pretty incredible if I do say so myself, but also we just have a pretty amazing build all around just for dealing with the kind of stuff that we're going to have to deal with. Kind of a shame I didn't take the navigation inflation, especially at this stage. It would have just been better just because, as we can see very clearly right now, I just need access to more gold. I really do. But I'm perfectly fine with my selfless link choice. It was a fun choice, and I just wanted the highest obelisk number possible. It just might end up turning out though that the navigation inflation would actually increase my numbers more, which is an interesting thought. Alright, great heal. Definitely wanted to full heal at some point. Duplicate Pebball, upgrade Pebball, remove Orbelisks. Hello, Pebball. A bit of a shame it wasn't a dupe Orbelisks, but it's fine. I think it was still worth it to quit joking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I somehow get another Orbelisk, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. That is an insane relic for us to get with this combo as well. Like, even if we didn't have a Pebball combo, we'd still have an amazing build here. Nice. There's not a remove I want. Alright, so I do need to just check the map real quick. Do need to get my Obelisk upgraded. I'm fine to leave the Pebbles unupgraded. It doesn't phase me. They can stay at their level 2. That is more than enough. Yeah. Alright, perfect. I really just don't have any gold to work with, but that's fine, because my Obelisks are awesome. So this store is really not going to be all that interesting, but as long as I have 30 gold, honestly, I'll be happy. Then I can buy an Obelisk if it shows up, because it's definitely going to show up again. Imagine if I actually got another Obelisk. Funny thing is, it'll be useless. I won't be able to get any upgrades on it in time. But it would still be fun, and that's what matters most. For sure. Really good damage there. Oh, I wasn't expecting that level of damage. Mask of Joy, Shrewd Scales. Well, I mean, Mask of Joy with this insane Recombobulator, Sapper Sack, plus Peace of Mind with stuff we've got going on. And that's really cool. Really cool indeed. I'll try this, and this. Yeah, getting this gold is going to be hard. I really want 30 gold though. Alright, there we go. I'll just accept it at this stage. I got the 30 gold I was after. Bit of a shame it couldn't be 50 gold so I could buy... yeah, none of that, honestly. And none of that. And... oh, terrible. Oh, goodbye, terrible. I don't have to discard you after all. I want to discard the horrible. This way I get to shoot the orb I want, and that is exactly what I'm after. So I do want 25 gold before this fight's over, and that's just impossible. Not possible. It's too easy to hit rig bombs here, and the rig bombs deal so much damage. Like, that's the nice thing about Sapsack, it literally just solves some fights. This was unfortunately a fight that it solved because I did kind of want it not solved, but, you know, I made the choice. Lie in my bed. So I can't get that last second Pebball upgrade, but let's be honest, it's not going to matter anyway. I'm just going to either get a whole bunch of rigged bombs and it's going to be amazing, or I'm going to get an Obelisk shot, which is probably dense. I guess just so much damage. Would have had enough if you could upgrade after this combat navigation. Yeah. I imagine this is mostly just going to be rigged bombs doing their thing there. Because they just deal so much damage, and the fact that they're also scaling the balance now, is pretty insane. But more so, they kind of just deal a lot of damage. Like, I think they're dead first shot. Yeah, 18 balance, 4k damage. So I do have to admit, it wasn't really an Obelisk build, a Pebball build for that final shot. Definitely the fact that I had 18 balance and I threw at least 4,000 health worth of rigged bombs. That was definitely what got the killing blow. But look at my deck, man. This is awesome. 5 Orbelisks, 5 Pebbles, which that's what, 1 extra Dupe Pebble and a Boldle. Like amazing. I wish I could hit this more in actual Pebble builds because I think that not getting too focused on trying to build your perfect Pebble build and not taking outside help sources is a really bad idea. That's why I didn't do it this run. Just kind of a shame that they really just overpowered the Pebble build for that last shot. Although, to be perfectly clear, the Obelisk has... I mean, it basically had... I think it was slightly more damage than the balance itself. Which is amazing, you know, like the balance was technically only doubling the damage. It's just like, if you're adding plus 18, it doesn't really matter if there's a plus 0 base or a plus 18 base because you're still just going to deal a lot of damage. Like, yeah, it's nice that I had, let's call it like plus 18 base as well as the additional plus 18, right? That's literally double damage. It's just, if it was plus 0 and I had to wait one more shot and I got an equivalent number of rigged bombs and even more balance scaling off of my Berserker piece of mind procking, sorry, my balance piece of mind procking, that would also have just been completely fine, which is what a normal build would have looked like without the Obelisks, because Alan doesn't really have access to an 18, especially crit damage, or otherwise, because I believe I hit a crit for that final hit. I only had 1 crit on the board, but if I remember correctly, I did see a crit on it. Not fully sure on that, though. But yeah, really nice to see Obelisk actually showing up in my runs. I spent probably 90 gold buying Obelisks from stores, and I don't regret a single drop of it. Like, yes, my build is definitely a very well build without Obelisk stepping in, and yes, that navigation inflation would have been pretty beautiful. These two would have been easily level 3, and I probably would have had 1 more relic. Honestly, maybe 2 more, especially with that last second greed I did. I just wanted to make sure I had enough gold for the store to buy an Obelisk, but there wasn't an Obelisk in the store, and that was fine. Like, it would have been crazy if there was a 4th Obelisk, though, I'm just saying. Like, absolutely crazy if there was a 4th Obelisk in a store. I didn't manage to get the Pebball event or the Dupe event. I really should have what's the Peglin Chef event? Ratted him out. I was gonna say like dobbed on him. Like that's not what it is. I should have ratted him out. Yeah, the starting refilibuster for the extra tempo. It's just insane, man. Like I saw the starting refilibuster, and I'm just like, oh, if I just pick up this Obelisk stuff, I'm going to do just fine. My tempo is going to be insane, and I can pick up some better stuff later down the line as well. And I got 3 chests in a row, which granted me this, an elite which granted me that, an extra elite which I believe granted me the intentional oboe because I got that from a chest, and then my everyone boss passive was Sappersack with that kind of loadout as well. And then I got a, oh my god, I didn't even notice the perfected reactant. The popping corn later down the line. Most of the time perfected reactant doesn't matter, but plus 40 damage here. It's actually a pretty big deal, especially for how many bombs I had on the board. I do think the bombullet was definitely fine for this run of popping corn. No, what's it called? 1 every 30 powder collector? I think it's powder collector. I do think it was fine over powder collector here. I think on average, powder collector definitely better, which you know not too much of a surprise. But bombullet was solid here. You know, a lot of the time you have bombullet. If it was like a more variable bombaton, a lot of the time you just rather have bombaton most of the time. But sometimes there are some fights where just being able to spam the board with bombs is really nice. Anyway, Obelisk is a very fun orb. I love the changes to it. +1/+2 makes that level 3 extremely desirable as well. The fact that I managed to find a board orb here is amazing. And one of my favorite things about the Pebble builds as well is, I mean, maybe not Pebbles. They're satisfying when you have them with high damage though, is all 3 of them have really nice attack animations, especially the Obelisk.